Hello, today we'll find figure of the galvanometer. Aim of the experiment is determination of the resistance of a galvanometer by half deflection method and to find its figure of merit. Principle of the experiment is deflection in a galvanometer is directly proportional to the current through the galvanometer. We'll see the apparatus required. Apparatus required are battery, higher resistance, key 1, galvanometer, key 2 and shunt resistance. We'll see the formula which are applied in this experiment. First formula is G is equal to Rs by R minus S, which is in ohm. So G represents galvanometer resistance, its unit is ohm. R is the higher resistance which is connected in series with galvanometer, it is also in ohm, and S is known as shunt resistance and its unit is ohm. The second formula is K is equal to E by R plus G whole into theta, where K is figure of merit of galvanometer, its unit is ampere per division. E is the EMF of the battery, which is standard, we'll take it as 3 volts. R is the higher resistance and G is the calculated resistance of galvanometer and whole into theta, where theta is the deflection. Now observation we'll say as EMF of the battery, which is 3 volts. Next, we'll see the circuit diagram. In this diagram, E is the EMF. The positive terminal of the battery is connected to galvanometer, and from galvanometer it is connected to shunt resistance, and from shunt resistance it's connected to key 2, and from key 2 it's connected to galvanometer negative terminal, and from galvanometer negative terminal it's connected to key 1, and from key 1 it's connected to resistance, higher resistance box, and from higher resistance box it's again connected to battery negative terminal. So we'll see from the circuit diagram, battery positive is connected to galvanometer positive, and from galvanometer positive it's connected to shunt resistance, and from shunt resistance it's connected to key 2, and from key 2 it's connected to galvanometer negative, and from galvanometer negative it's connected to key 1, and from key 1 it's connected to higher resistance box, and from higher resistance box it's connected to battery negative terminal. So this is the circuit apparatus which is required. So we'll draw the tabular column, where in tabular column required things are resistance, deflection, shunt resistance, G and K. So we are finding average value of G and K for this experiment. So now for our first trial we should find resistance, higher resistance from the higher resistance box. So we need to switch on the circuit. Here for the first trial to calculate R, we need to take out key 2, where key 1 is closed, key 2 is open. So we need to find even deflection in the galvanometer. So first we'll take out 1000, there is no deflection, 2000, so total is 3000, there is no deflection, 5000, there is no deflection, for 5000 there is no deflection. We'll take 10,000. For 10,000 the deflection is 16. Okay, so we'll write it. For 10,000 deflection is 16. Now we have noted the resistance, which is 10,000, and deflection is 16. For S, we need to take the even deflection, which is half of the original. So we have got 16. So we need to take the deflection, which is 6, and calculate appropriate shunt resistance. For that we need to close key 2 and we need to take out shunt resistance. We need to get deflection as 8. We have got deflection as 8. For shunt resistance 100. So shunt resistance for the given trial is 100. So we'll apply formula to calculate G value, Rs by R minus S. So G is equal to 10,000 into 100 by 10,000 minus 100. So for shunt resistance 100 and higher resistance 10,000, we are getting G value as 101.0. So from using K value, K is equal to E by R plus G whole into theta, where E is 3 by R is 10,000 plus G is 101 whole into 16. We get a figure of merit of this galvanometer is 18.5 into 10 to the power minus 6 ampere per division. So by following the same procedure, we need to find out another two values by taking even deflection and taking the appropriate resistance, and for half of the even deflection we should take the shunt resistance and calculate G and K respectively. At the end we need to take the average value of G and K. So this is the experiment to find figure of merit of galvanometer. Thank you.